Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Cmass29, and this is the second installment for my Let's Play Submit a Build for DDO, Dungeons & Dragons Online. Like I said, my name's Cmass, or Steven, either or, it doesn't matter to me. And right now we're covering our Battle Cleric that was submitted by Umbangwa. Now, I know in the initial video I said I would go ahead and I would do, to level 10. I might change that to level 15 due to some forums advice. Now, in this first clip, you'll see here I'm doing it on normal, solo, for Chamber of Insanity. Now, what I decided to do, also with forum help, and I put the idea out there and everybody seemed to embrace it, was the fact that, we're going to go ahead and I'll show a clip of it, me doing it on solo, so it's a little bit of clipping. This is the last boss for Chamber of Insanity on normal. Then I'll go into some clips of hard, also going to be solo for this one. And then I'm going to go into elite, and I'm actually going to play the role as a healer in a party for the elite. Now, one thing I noticed with this character is she is quite powerful in the combat arena. Now, she's not going to be like your standard, obviously barbarians or pure fighters or anything like that, but she is capable of holding her own and being able to heal herself, which I enjoyed. So you see here, I'm finishing the quest up on normal. And here we go. Now we're on to hard. Now in hard mode, I decided to go ahead and bring out a hireling. So I got a hireling fighter assisting me in this one, and it works out pretty well. I had I had no issues actually the entire quest doing this on hard with a fighter hireling. I decided to go fire hireling obviously because I can heal and I can fight. So if he's soaking up a little bit of the damage from me, then all right, and I can throw a little bit of healing on him, and it adds a little extra DPS for me. So still technically solo, but with a little extra assistance. What it allows us to do is to either progress to this quest itself, I decided for normal mode, I didn't have a ghost touch weapon. So for hard mode, I decided to go out and I'll get myself a ghost touch for these shades. So I have it's just a standard ghost touch plus one great axe that I'm using here. But you learn from your mistakes, or you learn as you go on through a quest of what's going to work out better for you. So that is one thing I always recommend for newcomers to DDO, is you want to tailor yourself to these quests. Now, with the directions, as I said, to take this character, and you can have a cookie cutter build, and you can have a build that multiple people have, but the thing is that each person's going to play that build differently. So the idea behind this series is to give you my perspective on how a build will be played, and you guys can see that. And then you can also see how the build actually reacts to real-time events. So far, and granted, Chamber of Insanity is not a difficult quest. I had no issues with it, like I said, but you get to see a little bit of the playability, the kind of damage I'm doing, which isn't anything astounding, but it's good enough to sit there and be able to tailor and tank these dungeons. So let's see here as we move on. I think we go into the last fight here. So this is hard mode. Taking on the last little boss here. And you see I got my my summon out, because you remember in the first video, if you've seen it, and hopefully you have if you're watching this one, that we went through and we got augment summoning. So as +4 to all the stats of my summoned pets and as well as my hireling. So I'm actually at a pretty good advantage, basically a 3-man party here. With the Hellhound. Now, you see here I'm able to turn and actually get them frozen. In Elite mode, I'm unable to, because if you remember from the first video as well, I did not take any Charisma. So it was more strength and wisdom that I was focused on. Here, and with the axe, I'm able to do considerable amount of damage to the shade. And consistent. So that's what Ghost Touch does, guys. If you're unfamiliar with DDO, Ghost Touch allows you to hit your more shade-like entities, such as what we're fighting right here, which is the last boss here for Chamber of Insanity. Now, like I said, she does pretty good damage. Damage part's not an issue. I kind of wish my spell points were a little bit higher, but with taking that one splash of fighter early, so I can have the ability to use all the weapons, and have the ability to have two-handed fighting, it's expected. So I'm a little bit short. But you see here, now we kicked into Elite. And we're fighting the first shade, I believe, here for Elite. And I'm taking, for my approach, a frontline healer approach here, because we had 2 monks, we had a bard, and we had a wizard. So we're a pretty buffed up party as it is. And in this dungeon, we kind of just mow straight through it. So I'm still able to support as a healer and be on the front line helping knock these guys down quicker. So obviously I went no hireling here. We didn't have a trapper, which is recommended for Chamber of Insanity because there is a chest in here you can't get without a trapper. And when we get to that room, I'll bring that up. But you see here, the damage, still even on Elite, isn't bad. I mean, I'm able to actually get some killing blows in this dungeon. I don't do terrible. And yeah, actually, this is the first time I went through with my party. I apologize. This one was with the, we had a 3 rogue party. So you'll get to see the chest opening up and all that good stuff here. But all in all, the quest is pretty good. Now these guys here, you see all the mist and everything coming down? I actually couldn't see the guy at all. But if you are in close enough to where you can see him, if you use your mouse scroller and you scroll all the way in to where you're literally looking like a first person, right? Then you'll be able to see that guy and be able to knock him out. It's really hard to see him unless you scroll in. Once you scroll in, it seems to bypass all of the... It seems to bypass the actual fog itself. So you see here with the trappers in these rooms right here. Okay, there's 1 trap per shade. So when you knock out that trap, you can freely move around the room. However, if you don't have a trapper, which you will see later, then you won't be. Then you'll be able to. You'll have to stay on the wall. You'll hug the wall, which is this party here. So we got the 2 monks, the bard, and the sorcerer, and then obviously myself. So here we don't have the trapper, so we're all going to hug the wall here. When you hug the wall, the gases in the middle that you see right there don't affect you. So it's spewing out poison there, and that won't affect you. And the thing is with that stuff is when you're in there, it's got a nasty, nasty debuff. As you see me fail here, getting stuck on the wall. It's got a nasty, nasty debuff. Unless you have a cleric, you're basically going to have no strength, no constitution, nothing by the time it's over, and you won't be able to do anything. So once again here with the ghost touch, going at it with the shade. Now this party is very well designed with the 2 monks. They're able to deal out a ton of damage, and we don't have to worry about, you know, lingering too long with these shades, which can be an issue in this quest because the shades, if you don't have ghost touch or you don't have people capable of hitting the ghost touch or the ghost, then you can be in those rooms for a long time and take a lot of damage. You see the same guy there that gives me the issues earlier with not being able to see. We're able to get in and just knock him out really quick. So once again, like I said, I took more of a battle cleric perspective here with as a frontline combatant. You see I'm doing about 25 damage a swing there, anywhere between, I think it's anywhere between 15 and 25. So now, here's the thing. I knew that we had such a powerful party, and that's why I decided to be a frontline healer. Now, what you should do with each build, and what I recommend doing anyway, and how I intend to approach this build, is I want to be able to be flexible. So if I'm in a party that's already got a healer, I want the capabilities of standing up and being a frontline fighter with the rest of the people, and then providing support frontline heals. Now, if this is a party that I know is going to be a little bit more squishy, or you know, I shouldn't be up combating because the quest is a little bit harder, then I'm going to take the perspective of a normal healer, and I will tailor my gear to match that. So in my inventory, I should have, you know, some healing stuff in there and everything, so I can rotate out my gear for each situation needed. This character at this point is so early, I haven't had the opportunity to do that, so I'm still basically wearing everything I got off the ship minus a few things from the normal hard mode and the previously completed elite quest. The previously completed elite quest, the reason there was only a tidbit clip in there is because I failed mega on my recording, and I forgot to record the final boss. I recorded me going to the final boss, but somehow I managed to press the key that got rid of it. So this one here is going to be more of a complete quest. And I apologize if you guys hear my kids in the background. If you followed me at all, you know I have a ton of kids, so they tend to be loud even when I'm recording. Because kids are kids. So we're moving in here, and you see here, once again, we're going to have to hug the wall. Now, this is the room that's got the runes, okay? You got 2 runes that open up a door. If you open up that door, then there are 2 traps within there. You got a trap right at the entrance, which is a like a guillotine type of trap, which will one-hit you, and it doesn't matter. it will one hit you. And then once you take out that trap, a lot of people make the mistake of not going after the second trap. They just go straight to the chest. Well, there's another trap in there on the left-hand side hugging the wall. So make sure that your trappers, when you're doing Chamber of Insanity, understand that there are 2 traps within the room that need to be handled before you can move on. So you see here, like once again, we're handling the shade with just complete ease. Once the shade's dead, you don't have to worry about the gases in the middle, and you can go ahead and proceed with the rest of the quest. So what I do want to talk about as we get further into this series, and obviously the quests get harder as I progress up in levels, is the direction I'm going to actually take this series. Now, some of the quests, I mean, even on normal mode, I'm going to have to play a pure healer, so you might not see. And I mean, things like Gwillian Stand, stuff like that I probably won't be able to solo. I mean, I might, and I tell you what, I'll give it a try. But if I fail at it, that's fine, and I'll go through, I'll design a party, and we'll go with it. So just keep in mind that you're not always going to see me as a combatant. You might see me more tailored just complete healing, and it's going to depend on the basis of the quest itself. But I will say that this quest, or this character, is, at least from the limited amount of experience I have with her, she's doing very well. I actually like her. She's quite enjoyable to play because I have so many options at my disposal. I'm not just a combatant. I'm not just a healer. I'm not just a pure healer. I mean, I got so many routes I can go, which really, excites me for what's going to happen in the future. I'm really excited to get in there with her. And, I'll probably even take her over. I'll show you some PvP with her, even though I'll probably just get creamed and smashed all over the place. But I probably can make the PvP fight long and annoying enough to antagonize some people with my healing. But you see here, we're going to finish up. Now, I asked them to stack on me. I totally forgot. I changed out my spells, obviously, for the quest, so I could take care of poisons and diseases and things of that nature, and I forgot about that. But I do give everybody a little bit of a strength buff here that need it, and then we're able to go in, and we pretty much just smash the shade pretty handedly. So this is the same fight that you saw on normal mode and you saw on hard mode, but now with the actual legitimate party. So I'm not sure quite what I'm going to do for my next video. I kind of want to show quite a few dungeons with this guy. So I don't know if it's going to be a slow progression, a fast progression, like, fast forward to level 10, fast forward to level 12. I don't know if it's going to be that route. I think I'm going to take it slower, actually show you guys different dungeons, show you so you guys can see it adapt, because each dungeon obviously clearly is different. You see there I don't have the conviction to actually pull any of that off. But with the bard buffs and the monks and everything, and I can just kind of sit back and just throw some heals around. I got stunned right there, which is the only reason that bard got low. But, yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video as it closes down. If you did, please give me a like and leave me some feedback. I can hope to continue this series, and I hope that, you guys enjoyed watching it and enjoyed the commentary. So once again, the Cmass29, or Steven, whichever you want to call me. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.